Look at me. No, seriously, look at me for a second. I need you to understand something. The most dangerous thing happening on this planet right now, it's not AI, it's not inflation, it's not social media, it's not even the economy. The most dangerous thing happening right now is that people are slowly being conditioned to stop believing in themselves, to stop creating, to stop dreaming, to stop imagining a life bigger than survival. And once human beings stop imagining, they become malleable, controllable. You see, hopeless people do not create revolutions. Hopeless people do not start businesses. Hopeless people do not move across the country. Hopeless people do not leave toxic relationships. Hopeless people do not reinvent themselves. They scroll, they numb, they survive. And the moment you can stop believing in your life and that you can change it, you unconsciously hand over your power. And I need to say something controversial because I think a lot of people right now are spiritually just exhausted. Not physically, but spiritually. Because everything around us is engineered to keep us overstimulated, distracted, emotionally dysregulated, and completely terrified. Terrified of failing, terrified of fucking trying, terrified of being judged, terrified of being invisible, terrified of wanting more. And if I'm going to be honest, I think some of you stopped dreaming because it hurt too much to keep hope alive. And I get it. But this episode, this isn't therapy. This is not soft spirituality. This is an old school manifestation rant. This is me grabbing you by the shoulders and reminding you who the hell you are. Do you know what I think manifestation actually is? I think manifestation is remembering your soul's contracts. Remembering who you were before the rejection, before the heartbreak, before the debt, before the trauma, before the survival, before everything became your entire personality, because your persona becomes your personal reality. Because when you were little, you did not wake up terrified to exist. You created things for no reason. You danced without shame. You imagined entire worlds in your head. You believed life was happening for you. And then life actually happened. People cheated on you. Parents abandoned you. You got bullied. You got rejected. You lost money. You trusted the wrong people. And slowly your nervous system stopped seeing life as safe. Now every dream feels dangerous. Every risk feels irresponsible. Every desire, totally unrealistic. And for some of you, call it being realistic when really you're just traumatized and you're creating out of survival mode. You see, you don't need more motivation. You actually need permission to believe your life is still yours. I want to let that sink in. Don't give your power away. Do you know how powerful the human brain is? Your brain literally filters reality. I've talked about the RAS, the Reticular Activation System, and it gets highlighted, and what gets ignored is depending on that. Meaning, if you believe life is hard, your brain will gather all the evidence all day long to support that. If you believe nobody supports you, your brain will filter for rejection. If you believe that money always disappears, you will emotionally rehearse loss internally. Oh, I couldn't pay for this, or I lost the car, or I lost the house, or I lost the job. And this is two ways people can live in the same planet and experience completely different realities and different timeline. One sees opportunities and the other one sees doom and gloom. And right now, fear is profitable. Exhaustion is profitable. Your distraction is profitable because exhausted people don't build dream lives. They barely survive Monday. That's why your protection energy matters. That's why your protection imagination matters. That's why your protection nervous system matters, because your imagination is not childish. It's your creative God force power. Your reality expands in the direction of the story you emotionally repeat. Your reality expands on what you focus on, because what you focus on, you find. And I need everyone listening to me right now to hear this. You don't need permission to become who you already are. Some of you know exactly what you want. You want the business. You want the freedom. You want to move. You want the relationship. You want to create art. You want the podcast. You want the peace. But you're waiting for certainty first. And certainty doesn't come before movement. It comes after you take the leap. It comes after you believe. Nobody knows what they're doing in the beginning. Nobody. Not the successful people, not the rich people, not the healed people, not the gurus. The only difference is that they moved before they felt ready. And that's what you're going to do. You know what manifestation actually requires? Some fucking audacity. The audacity to believe that you're worthy of it. The audacity to become something radically different than the vibration you're sitting now. The audacity to outgrow your environment. The audacity to disappoint people who benefited from your self-abandonment. And I've had a whole history of that. Because some of you are not afraid of failure. You're afraid of what your life could actually become if you were to start concentrating on it. And then what would you do to maintain it? You see, money is just energy. You got to stop putting it on a shelf and idolizing it. I know people get weird when we say that, but it is. And just stay with me for a minute. Money moves through beliefs, through value, through trust, through identity. And some of you keep manifesting while emotionally identifying as in survival mode. You're not poor because you're broken. You may be emotionally calibrated to instability. And that can change. But you do not need to become somebody else to receive more. You need to stop worshiping struggle as the proof of worthiness and work on the worthiness. Because burnout is not a personality trait. An exhaustion is not a spiritual badge of honor. Rest is revenue. Some of you have spent your whole lives proving how hard things can be in survival. What if your next chapter is learning how good things can get? How positive your life can flip right now. You're not here to earn rest after suffering. You're here to experience and create this life. This is your wake-up call. If you're listening to this right now and you feel stuck, I want to ring that bell. Not because your life is over, but because your soul is exhausted from betraying itself over and over and over again. You didn't incarnate for this bullshit. You know that the dream you keep minimizing is still in you. The version of you that you keep thinking about, they're thinking about you too, and they're trying to direct the traffic to their alley, to their vibration. And maybe the reason that you can't let it go is because your future self is just reaching out and saying, I got a plan. If you would just make the leap. I genuinely believe that everybody can quantum shift anytime you want. The version of us that is constantly guided towards expansion, towards alignment, towards truth. And every time you choose that version of yourself, every time you create it, you collapse every other reality. You move closer and closer to the version of you that already has this all figured out. And I know it's hard because you can't see the forest from the trees, but believe me, it's true. You don't need to have your entire life figured out right now. You don't need some sort of perfect plan because there is no perfect plan. You don't need anyone to understand you or agree. But you're going to have to stop abandoning yourself. Because the world doesn't need more numbed out Prozac people. No more Amanda Batula bullshit. We need more alive people, more creators, more dreamers, more healers, more weird people, more emotionally honest people, more brave enough to imagine something bigger and better, something that doesn't even exist. That's who you are. You came here to create. So apply for the thing. Start the business, post the video, leave the relationship, move to the city, write the book, create the art, launch the podcast, change your fucking life. Because one day this entire life will be over. And I would hate for you to realize you spent most of it waiting for permission to be your most authentic self. And if nobody else has told you, hear it from me. I believe in you. I want you to go create something beautiful in this life. You did not incarnate here into planet Earth to be a spiritual accountant to see how much vibrational dollars you could bring in. You came here to feel shit, to transform your life, and most importantly, to not let all of these outside noises interfere with the true destiny of you. You didn't come here to play fucking small. You came here to co-collaborate with God and to prove that you could come here and expand and be anything and any version of you and quantum leap into this and quantum leap into that and change this and change that and experience this and experience that. And if you don't know where to start with me. I'm a guide. I want to guide you back to the highest and the biggest version of yourself. Not a perfect version, because that's unrealistic, but a one that feels at home with themselves. One that feels connected to reality. One that sees hope in the hopeless. One that tries despite every reason not to. Trust me. I've rewritten this story 1,000 times, and I've helped hundreds of thousands of people do this. So start with joining my community. The first month is free. You have no excuse. Come in and check out my live classes, my group coaching every Monday morning. Learn about your astrology every week. Find community, find clarity, find answers. Start with me. I believe in you. I believe anyone can quantum leap and transmute all of this energy. It's time for you to reinvent this story of yourself. And baby, if I can do it, and I've helped all these people do it, you're next. You're my next success story, and not because of anything that I possess special. It's just that I'm a very good guide at getting you back to your magic. You see, the magic never left. You left the magic. And Christ consciousness is here. And your God source energy is fully ready to activate you right now. So if you don't know where to start, start here. Start with me. And if nothing else, listen to my podcast over and over and over again. Listen to this episode. Get yourself motivated. Share it with your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your ex. You know they need it. But most importantly, give yourself this opportunity to reset everything and stop letting all of their demonic energy destroy what you came here to create. Stop giving up on your dreams and your hopes, because you're just feeding into their system instead of pouring into yours. And if this is the first time you found me, we always close with a reminder that everything is always working out for us. And the more that we say that, and the more that we declare it, and the more that we let that persona become our personal reality, which then becomes our actual reality, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, then that persona becomes our personal reality. And that persona has to identify as somebody who is brave and strong and unencumbered. And you, my beloved, beautiful soul, are that. Now, I love you from the bottom of my heart. And if I'm alive, book a session with me. Every Tuesday, I do a 10-minute free session to talk about the products and services that I offer, to see if something that I have right now in my digital program or my live program or an MMA or one-on-one coaching. You can even book an hour session or a half-hour session. But money is just energy. And the more that you use it to improve your life, the more that your life starts to improve. I love you, my friend. And if I am somewhere in the ether, and this is just a recording that someone's listening to years after I'm gone, or days or weeks or months, I want you to know that I came here and I conquered a lot, and I suffered a lot, and I expanded a lot. But the greatest thing that I ever did was let go of the expectations that things weren't going to work out for me. And I started to just believe and receive and heal, because if you don't feel it, you can't heal it. Shadow worked my way into this version of myself. So my beloved, you are blessed, you are protected, you are known. And let's close this out with a statement of clarity. We do 2 versions, us and me. Let's start with me. And 3, 2, 1. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Us again. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything. All right, my beloved, I'm so proud of you. Go in and listen to another episode, but join my community. Get on Zoom with me. Everything's live. If you can't make it, it's recorded. But most importantly, everything is always working out for you. Always and in all ways. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you've been listening to a world-renowned top 1% on the planet with nearly 1 million downloads, manifesting miracles on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere that podcasts are heard. I love you, I mean it, and I cannot wait to meet you in our next session.